This is on. We're recording. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
He's ready. Welcome, baby, ladies, gentlemen, however you identify in between. This is the Fully Lacking Podcast, episode 7 Heaven. I am your host, Drew. This is my co-host, co-creator, everything else you want him to be, Anthony. And we would not be complete without the woman behind the camera, behind the mixer, behind the 800-line voice, Producer Lisa. Producer Lisa, we are your Fully Lacking squad. Welcome. How you feeling?
Feeling good.
I'm feeling good. Shout out to Alani. Yeah, I said it this time.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just manifest the energy of a sponsorship. Because this is magic right here.
We found out the cheat code for sure. We found out the cheat code. We're doing good. We're feeling good. It's episode 7.
That's crazy.
I feel like I feel a couple things. A couple tinglies.
Okay.
Right? First thing I feel grateful. Second thing I feel confused. We don't have the views. Listen, they're low key there. I mean, we're not doing crazy numbers. Dude, people watch us.
Yeah, it was.
It's wild.
We had that
listen.
Conversation you had earlier tonight. I'm not sure if you could say the person's name or what have you, but they.
Which one?
The Crikeys.
Crikeys. Oh, my boy James. Yeah.
Yes.
Jaime Lindo, a.k.a. James from the North. Remember? He used to tell people that. He called us and he was like, dude, I just randomly shouted out Crikeys for no reason. And I said, it's working.
It is.
It's working. Well, shout out to all our listeners, but mostly our watchers.
Mostly the watchers.
Even if you're listening, you're still a watcher. We appreciate you here at the Fully Lacking team. I was thinking about this, right? Because we have watchers, we have listeners. We have to have conspiracy theorists that watch our podcast. We have to, dude. There's a bunch of conspiracy theories that I would like to address. I would like to address them. I would like to see your opinions, your output, your input, better yet, on these things. And also don't make it argumentative for no reason.
That's what I do. The fans are already picking up on it.
All right.
I gotta just play the role.
So I'm gonna hit a couple.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit a couple. The first one we were talking about today at the dinner table. The moon landing. We were talking about the moon landing.
I think you forgot to do the quotation marks. The moon landing.
Well, that's how I feel. But I didn't want to. You feel like that was real. 100%.
I mean, with enough certainty that I believe it. Yeah. I mean.
So what made it believable for you?
The video. What do you want me to say here? What do you want me to say here? What made it not believable for you?
The video.
That ends that topic, everybody. Next.
Yeah. No, I'm serious.
That was our in-depth breakdown of conspiracy theories right there, folks. He does not believe the video. I believe the video. Put in the comments how you believe the video.
The quality of the video.
What were you expecting for a video filmed in the 50s?
Not that good. Not that good.
What does that mean? Not that good.
The quality, bro. I could barely get a call to go through you. We live in the same town. Did you see the connection quality, the bandwidth? Think about that.
On the video from the 50s?
Yeah. That was a video from them on the moon, yes?
Yes.
And they were communicating via video.
Gotcha.
To NASA.
So you're saying the Wi-Fi wasn't strong enough?
Bro, how, dog? Come, think about it. Listen, I am a patriot. I bleed red, white, and blue. My country is the best country.
Yet you deny our country's greatest achievement right here on this podcast. You know what our
greatest achievement was? You know what people would say it was at one time?
What?
Segregation? No, we're not going back to that. There's no way that's our greatest achievement. What about the fact that somebody figured out how to make a solar panel run a car? All right? What about how somebody was like, you know what? Let's create this turbine to accept wind and turn it into energy. No, sir. A fake moon landing was not this country's greatest achievement.
We led the space race with that.
We lost. We were not the first people in space.
What place we did.
I know. Nobody talks about it. We'll talk about it. We talk about the hard things here on Fully Lacking.
With no information whatsoever to support it.
Ever. But it feels good to say it.
It does, because we like to hear ourselves talk here at Fully Lacking, even if we're wrong and misinformed.
I'm going to tingle your tangles right now, all right?
Please do.
Listen to this. The pyramids. Go.
Aliens.
That's fair.
Like Milo Kunumbabababopoulos.
No, I'll stop you there. You're not gonna come on here and make a mockery out of this platform we've created. Lilo? No.
Milo.
Who's Milo?
The must be aliens guy from National Geographic.
Boy,
or the History Channel.
About Lilo and Stitch.
No.
The technology that we have, the abilities we have now, right, would struggle to remake the pyramids. Period. We would struggle. Dog, you understand how alarming that statement is. There's people. Hold on. Let me get it off. Let me get these off here. There's people who are not historians. They are scientists. Okay, scientists, not historians, scientists that went and studied the rain. What is it called?
The empire or the civil?
No. Like physical rain, like literal rain. What is that called?
Water.
Erosion. They're erosion specialists, right? I'm telling you, there's erosion. Am I saying that wrong?
No, it's because it's the second podcast you've mentioned erosion specialists. And I'm kind of wondering, like,
I've never said erosion specialist.
You really did. You really did. We'll bring the tapes up. But like you brought up erosion specialists before, and I think I remember saying like, who's that grows up wanting to be an erosion specialist? And then you had brought up erection specialists in the now cut scene from that episode. But my point is like, are you like subscribed to like Erosion Weekly or something?
No,
because
dude,
like, are you part of the erosion agenda,
no.
the big pharma agenda, sir?
Oh, I'm Lil Farmer all the way.
Little Pharma all the way.
Mixtape dropping 2024. Lil Pharma.
Little Pharma.
No, what I'm saying, dude, is science. Science is science. Unless you're a believer of the good book, which is fine. We accept all likes and kinds here. I too dabble in faith. There's erosion that dates back far beyond a measurable amount of time. Like, it would not make sense. Something happened, dude. And I don't care if people are like, oh, this dude's a Looney Tune. All right, dude, maybe I am a little bit. You know what I mean?
Which Looney Tune would you be?
Elmer Fudd. Little fat guy with a gun.
Kendrick Lamar?
Oh.
Have you ever... I'm way off topic.
Yeah.
But you ever heard that comparison? That he sounds like... listen back to him. Anyways, okay. So you're Elmer Fudd, and you also want people to understand erosion when it comes to the Great Pyramids of Giza.
What I'm saying is the erosion around the Sphinx, right, dates back much further than they account for. That's not a historian saying that, trying to debunk things. That's a scientist saying, well, the way water decays things, this isn't correct. I just think that's alarming a little bit. I just think it's alarming that we would struggle to remake those structures now as an established society.
Oh, so what is the underlying theory here?
I believe that there was a much greater species, much greater than the humans, far beyond a measurable time. That's what I believe.
I love the inclusion of aliens in the theory. I just don't know what they would benefit from in just having these giant triangles on our planet. You know what I mean? No, what would be the gain? Like, hey, let's show up and just put these giant monuments and then bounce. Like, that would be my only question here. Yeah. What do they have to gain from that?
I think it was a living space. It was living quarters.
I think it was literally a dying and death space because that's where they like bury people.
Well, that's where they buried people then.
So, but like,
I believe those were there before the ancient Egyptians.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you guys call me Looney Tune. Put in the comments, Drew's lost his rocks. Listen, dude. All I'm saying is there's some things that don't rub me the way I like to be rubbed.
You know, it doesn't rub me the right way. Math. And I at one time believed that aliens gave us more complex math because I'm too dumb to understand it.
You know what would rub you the right way? Diddy. And right now, Diddy is on a rub and run, bro. You heard of rub and tug?
He's rubbing the long arm of the law right now.
Well,
or that's rubbing him.
They're rubbing him. They're rubbing him good and deep like. Listen, I don't know what happened.
I do. Diddy has been a POS for decades.
Explain.
I don't care if he sends the hip hop
Elaborate.
Illuminati after me. Are you familiar with the Steve Stout incident?
Hold on, wait. Did you really just say, I don't care if Diddy sends the... All right, dude.
I did sneak that in.
We have 7 episodes, dude. Let's chill for a little bit. You know what I mean? Let's get our followers up to like the double digits. You know what I mean? All right. Anyways, continue. Steve Stout.
So there was, my understanding is the Hate Me Now video. Do you recall this video? This might be before your time, youngin.
I don't remember that video.
Hate Me Now video was a video where Nas was on a cross. There's one version where he was on a cross, and I think it was released, and he didn't want to release. Mm-hmm. And Steve Stout is like a music A&R, music manager at the time. He pulled up to his office, and I think hit him over the head with a bottle. This is well documented back in '99.
Hit Nas over the head with a bottle?
No, hit Steve Stout over the head with the bottle.
Who did this?
Him. Diddy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He also was the one who fired off the gun in the club with J-Lo, and then Shine went to prison for years for that.
I do remember that.
He's had rumors circulating that he killed Biggie. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that's been an ongoing rumor for years. Who has that kind of rumor? Like, what kind of regular,
no one's ever said that about me.
Decent person? You haven't been accused of killing. I haven't been accused of killing Biggie.
Never been accused of killing Biggie.
Producer Lisa, you ever been accused of killing Biggie?
No.
Good.
Dude, what a normal voice. Can we clap it up? Dude, good job, dude. What a great no. That's exactly how she speaks. Anyways, continue.
So, Diddy, that video that came out, I haven't watched it because that would be too triggering for me. But this man, there's enough of a paper trail here that shows he's capable of doing what he did to Cassie. Mm. You know, any man who lays hands on a woman. I'm not trying to watch that. I have family. I mean, just too much respect for women. There's just not anything that I'm going to gain from watching that.
Yeah.
Diddy, terrible person. I hope he gets locked up. I just hope the worst for this guy.
So this is what I will tell you. This is what I will tell you, though, right? You want to go to prison for the rest of your life, Diddy? Sorry. I don't know.
I hope his prison term is like how long he wants to be a bad boy. For life. For life.
We bad boys for life. We ain't going nowhere.
He's going somewhere. I hope he goes somewhere.
Because we're locked up for life. Yeah, hey. Low Pharma dropping 2024. That dude's going away, I think. I really do. I think that. But it's just crazy because what kills me, not kills, no. What alarms me is how many people, great people, talk about Diddy parties. Great people, dog.
Great as in what?
Jay-Z, LeBron James.
We don't know these people personally.
No.
What? Like great just in terms of their skill?
In terms of their impact on the world. Fair. Right? That's crazy. That's crazy. Nobody knew what was going on? No. Or everything we believe is a lie?
Rumors have been circulating around him for years with different things that he's been doing. I think people just, you get to a certain level of power and then you kind of brush it off to the side, or you kind of operate in like disbelief, you know, just to feel good with being part of the industry and what have you. Like, I don't know. I just don't know why people are surprised. I just makes sense at this point.
Yeah.
No offense, because I know you're a bit surprised.
Well, I'm just surprised at the fact that like there's people that were around them that, I mean, it's troublesome. Like Justin Bieber was around Diddy. Justin Bieber was a child. Chris Brown was a child. Rihanna, they were all kids, dude. Not like super, but kids nonetheless. Those people all spent time with that man. It's like, I know that there's this undertone in the entertainment world that like things happen that are disgusting. But Diddy was one of the biggest forces or power sources for one of my favorite artists, who's Notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls, Big Papa. Kills me.
Hip hop's been getting exposed.
Yeah.
Russell Simmons. I don't know if we cover that on here, but isn't he just like out of the country somewhere, hiding from the law because of all of the Me Too stuff against him?
Probably, dude. Russell Simmons has always been a weirdo, though.
It's just
You know who's been pretty safe though?
Who?
Rev Run. Reverend Run. Think about that. Think back. You know who else hasn't ever got drug? Flavor Flav, dude.
I think he kind of drags himself.
That's what if anybody was gonna get drug, it would be that guy. My old boss, my old district manager, was in the airport, and he's like, "I think I'm next to someone famous. I'm gonna send you a picture." And it's him and Flavor Flav. He's
Do you have the clock on him?
Yeah. He's like, "Do you know this guy?" I'm like, "Dude, that's literally Flavor Flav." He's like, "Oh, all right." People were trying to take pictures with him.
He just happened to grab one.
Yeah, he legitimately did. If you know my old boss, like Lisa knows my old boss, that's something he would do. And I was like, I don't know, dude, he was big. I remember when I was like, what was Flavor of Love, like in our 20s?
Yeah.
Our 20, dude, that's our 20s. We're in our 30s now. Dude, there's no comparing it. There's no comparing it. There's no comparing our interests. There's no comparing the things that we liked, the things that we did, the things that we ate.
I think there's some room for comparison.
In our 20s versus our 30s, dude?
I mean, we've been listening to hip hop for that whole period of time. There's that, but I mean, obviously some things have changed with us. What do you think you really appreciate about your 30s? I mean, you're a few years in. You're still getting your feet wet with them.
I like this. Okay.
But
yeah, I like this.
Now that you're in them, what's it like? Is that me?
What's that? Your stomach, dude?
These are...
Whoa, bro. If you guys are watching this, you've seen my sheer look of... Dude, what died in you, dude? It's
dignity. It's some taco bowls mixed with the energy drink.
Jest and indigestion, I'll tell you what.
That's good. Hey.
Thank you. All right. Back on topic. Fully lacking, sorry. 30s, I appreciate the calmness of them. And not in the sense of like career building and finances. No, it's never been as hysteria in those for sure right now in my 30s. Oh, but turning down an invitation. Something so peaceful about a calm Saturday night. Oh.
I feel like you're putting on for the podcast right now.
I'm not.
Can I just say? I feel like we got to be real here.
Okay.
I don't think I know you for having calm Saturdays.
Oh no,
I think
no.
you're pretty
You're
social
wrong.
butterfly.
Let me. Yeah. Don't paint me yet. I like when I'm in charge of my Saturdays, regardless, right? If it's me throwing a UFC fight party and my house is packed with people, or if I'm not doing anything and Lisa's watching live PD and I'm playing slots on my phone. It's the fact that I'm not
obligated, like obliged to just having fun every single Saturday night.
Fun, like to live for the weekend.
I'm with you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
You almost tried to take me left there. I had to come back right.
I was just trying to manipulate you.
We straightened it. It's okay. Manipulation is king. Shout out to my mom. But what I can tell you is the things I don't like is when I do have fun, the turnaround time. I'm not doing well the next day. Sometimes even the day after that. Because I don't know how to not go hard still, right? So like when I go have fun, I don't know if producer Lisa's ever had to roll me out of anywhere. Like literally, you've never had to like carry me out of somewhere, right? And I'm not saying physically because that would be hard, but have you ever had to like... In my 30s.
There's been times that I've had to go pick you up.
That makes sense. Really?
Yes.
But that's also a difference because in my 20s, I would have just drove. It's not okay. It is not okay. But I did it. It was a bad decision. I would have just drove. She was probably in the passenger seat. But in my 30s, I do much better, right?
Much better.
Yeah.
What's your recovery time?
It depends. So, like, if there's a lot of mixed hard liquor, it's going to take a couple days. And not like I'm going to be in bed. It's just like I'm not going to feel steady. If it's the same hard liquor, I'm good the next day. Probably towards the afternoon, maybe. But it also depends, like, if I black out. I haven't blacked out in a long time. When's the last time I blacked out?
That night over here
Over where?
with James.
Oh, James and them, dude. That was a tough one. I definitely was. He lives right around the corner, so I did make my way home that night. But I think I got into the door and I was like, babe, I'm drunk. Help me, please. I was hammered, huh? And then I just laid down and she said, you're so nice to me.
That's also changed.
Yeah, I used to be a pretty, let me pause real quick. I wasn't aggressive towards Lisa. I was just an aggressive drunk. But, God, that's crazy. What about you? Like, what's your big, like, cheers, hurrahs for your 30s? We'll get into your 20s for sure, but what are your big hurrahs for your 30s?
I think just the confidence that comes with like wisdom.
Okay.
I feel like life has, and up to this point has given me enough information to feel like I can confidently say something and know because of life experience and what I've done that I'm most likely right, you know? Like you just feel strong. I just feel better in that aspect. Okay. And I mean, I think, financially there's a bit of that for me right now. Not balling out, but I'm still in a place where it's like, okay, like I have that figured out enough.
Yeah.
Like budgeting. Budgeting's hard for ADHD.
But I think budgeting's hard for anybody, but yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's a bit harder.
Yeah.
You know? For me, I don't know about you, but there's that. And yeah, recovery time. I get hangovers from staying up too late.
You passed out at this
I'm
house.
in a hangover right now from being up too late.
Yeah, you are. And we're about to go do stuff after
Shout out
this.
to episode 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're about to go watch a movie.
Dude, I remember one time we got hammered, me and you. You had to stay over at the house.
Yeah. I think we're a little overdue for some drinking action.
I'm down. Dude, you remember when we freestyled that one night at my house in the kitchen?
Oh, I don't know if that's the best representation of our drinking moments. I think
Producer Lisa had no idea.
We were going through it just in the kitchen at 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's when she was in the hospital.
Drake type beats. Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, that was crazy.
So
I think that, like, obviously there's great things in our 30s. I want to get to our 20s, right? Because when I was in my 20s, I was so careless. I lived so freely. Like, me and producer Lisa could have woken up gotten off work on a Friday night and be like, dude, you want to go get In-N-Out Burger? And then just gone to Arizona. We had no responsibilities. We lived like we made $100 million a year, but we didn't. And it's like, God, it was so free. Like, so some of the things I miss about my 20s were the fact that I was able to be much more irresponsibly spontaneous. And it usually didn't ripple. Like, there was no ripple effect. It was just, I would wake up the next day and it was fine. I missed how quickly I would recover. I think I was like 26, I think. And it was way before Lester was born. We had like a night where like we were at a tailgate and producer Lisa was hammered at the tailgate. And then we went to a party at somebody's house we had never been. We didn't know who they were. My friend invited us.
Isn't that wild? Going to random people's houses for parties?
What the heck was I thinking, dude? This guy, my friend's like, yo, we're going to. So let me just preface this with this. Do not invite 20-year-old Drew and Lisa to a party.
Oh, goodness.
In a brand new house. We're not going to fight. We were either going to make sweet love somewhere or Lisa was going to throw up. This night, it was
both.
Second one. Yeah, or both. Dude, literally, we go to this. We're at this tailgate. We leave the tailgate. We get a 30-pack and a bottle, I think, right? We go to this party. Mayweather is fighting Canelo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was years ago.
Yeah.
Like a long time ago.
Yeah.
I am in this party. It feel like money. Remember Barry was singing? It was a bunch of Mexicans, and I brought my one black friend that was available that night. And he was an older black man, and he was, of course, pro Mayweather.
Yeah.
Well, we're in a house of Mexicans.
Yeah.
Right? Canelo is like, and he just kept singing the Mayweather, and it look like money. Bro, loud though. And eventually, I'm like, all right, this is annoying. Wait. where is my girlfriend, producer Lisa? So I start looking around, and I go into this house I've never been in, and I'm looking, no, not in the bathroom, not in any of the rooms. And then I come back out, and I just glimpse, and I see she's in the kitchen. And I looked at her, and she looked at me. She's like, I think I'm going to be sick. Don't you throw up in this person's kitchen sink. She's like, throws up in this person's kitchen sink. Dude, they just moved into this new house they just built. So I'm like frantically like making sure her hair is not getting thrown. I'm cleaning out the vomit from the kitchen sink. And then we left. No one kicked us out. I got it cleaned up for sure. Shout out to Dawn for that. Ding. Anyways, and then we stop at a gas station. We get another 30 pack and another bottle, right? Maybe 4 of us go back to our house.
Slow down here.
Yeah.
Did you get any breath mints?
No.
For vomit mouth over
Maybe.
here?
I don't know. We were gone.
You're all nasty.
We didn't make out that night, that's for sure.
Now you want to say
But
that.
there was no. I don't know. I'm okay. But long story short, obviously we went home and it became an even bigger problem. That was the first time in my entire life, period, that I threw up from being drunk.
Really? How old were you? You would have only been like
25.
Really?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Bro, I've been drinking since I was like.
Oh, this isn't a competition, sir. I'm just surprised.
I'm just saying, like, I don't want you to be like, dang, 25, that's it.
No, I'm just surprised. Like, that's
yeah.
That's a terrible experience to go through.
Dude, and I puked all over our freaking balcony, too. I woke up on a futon in our living room. Remember? That was a bad seed. Just kidding.
Dion's and Gatorade.
Yep. And then remember our friends brought beer over the next day and I nearly threw up because I was that sick. Ugh. So but I recovered. I was fine the next night. I think we drank that night. Like, I was fine, dude.
Yeah, you just kept going.
I was like, I'm never going to drink again. Nah, dude. I just didn't drink tequila for like 6 years after that.
Oh,
it was tequila. It was all tequila.
It's so interesting you bring up tequila because I was about to bring up 2 words. Tequila Derby.
I don't know what that is, but I want to hear about it. This was in your 20s?
This was in my 20s.
Let me hear it. I got you. You heard my story. I got to hear yours.
Tequila Derby is a very dirty bar down in Juarez. And if you, for a lot of people, I guess my age or who are focused more in this area during that time of your life, you weren't 21 yet. You can go down to Juarez just with your ID and you can drink down there. And I just had some rough nights down there.
How would you get back?
We'd drive to the border, we'd walk across, and then survive. We were very irresponsible.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Getting hammered in Mexico is crazy.
Yeah, that's not the worst of it. One is I would be double fisting tequila sunrises.
Well, all right. Wow.
In styrofoam cups. And I think I hit about 20 in one night. What? Yeah. There's times I'd pass out on the bench in front of there, and I'm just lucky I'm still here.
Yeah, they could have taken you for parts, bro.
Yeah. At the black market. I don't know my parts. They probably took a look at me on the bench. Yeah. I was kind of skinny and frail. Like, I don't think those are going to go for very high in the black market. Just leave them there. No one needs those parts.
Bro, listen. Death to our 20s. We survived.
That was your first listen?
Yeah, that was my first listen. We survived. Hopefully we survive our 30s. We can have a Death to our 30s pod then. I miss it, but I'm glad because I learned a lot from my 20s. I'm learning a lot from my 30s. I think I'm going to tell you my biggest takeaway from my 20s, and then you give me yours.
Okay.
My biggest takeaway from my 20s that I've carried into my 30s, and obviously there's numerous things, but the biggest thing is don't rush. You got time until you don't, but we don't dictate that. Don't rush. Take it in. I think that as kids, we were in a rush to grow up. And when we're in our 20s, we're in a rush to start establishing ourselves. Dude, don't rush. Take it easy, man. Take it easy, man. What about you?
I don't know. I feel like in my 20s, I don't know if I was so much in a rush to get established.
Yeah.
I was really trying to hold on to my 20s maybe for longer than I should have. We both rapped, and I look back at the time when I was rapping and doing shows and really active. for a moment, that was kind of my golden age. I held that on such a pedestal
Yeah.
because it was a lot of fun, my
agree.
most social era. But I think I've hit a point like where my past couple of years are really like my new prime and my new peak. I've just felt really good.
I was gonna tell you, I met you probably when you were in your 20s.
It's crazy. We kind of known each other on and off.
We've known
for
each
so
other
long.
for a really long time, dude. Like I've known you since I basically first got to Cruces, and that was years before I was with Lisa. So I've known you for a while, and
Sorry, my stomach just made a Scooby Doo noise. I was like, ooh.
and what's crazy is like I love this version of you. I didn't hate that version of you.
You maybe disliked it a little bit.
No. You were respectfully arrogant for sure. But this version of you, I also think it's because you're not like you're my brother. You know what I mean? So it's a little different. I don't know. It was easy to get close to you because I trust you for some reason. So it's okay. You know?
There's reasons to trust me, everybody. I know he said for some reason, but there's valid reasons to trust me.
I don't know, dude. You're in a weird stage in your life, right? Because like right now, you're freshly out of a relationship, right?
Yeah.
And you had a trust foundation there. I know I was around you in Bethel, so I remember.
Yeah.
Can you remember a time, and I'm sorry for going off on a tangent here, but like in relationships where like your ADHD kicked your butt a little bit? Like ADHD moments like that affected your relationship. Like does anything stick out to you? I know there's a couple that stick out to me. Lisa will probably blow up for sure.
I would like to hear it from her perspective as well, because you tend to skew the truth a little bit. Let's just be real here.
All right. It's a little offensive, but okay.
Look, forgetfulness. Forgetfulness is a big one. And I think just forgetting to have my method of payment at Walmart after having a cart full of groceries. And then you have to run back, and you might have a little nagging in your ear about forgetting your wallet.
Yeah.
Not going to drop any names here, but you know who you are if you're watching this.
I don't think they are.
Probably not. Definitely not.
They'd compliment your shirt if they were.
Hey.
It's a nice shirt, dude.
But yeah, I mean, that was a pretty stressful moment. I think I met you kind of through the desert heat stuff.
You were married when I met you, for sure.
which was
surprising.
putting
to
out
me.
prestigious reviews of albums at that time. And there's a backstory there. Maybe we'll get to that one day.
Maybe not.
Is put that on the board with the marriage after 14 years.
Why me and Lisa are still boyfriend and girlfriend?
Yeah. Anywho, I probably overcommitted to running that website during my relationship, similar to the podcast with this lately and how that crumbled, how the cookie crumbles.
Well, hopefully
the cookie is for my relationships.
This isn't part 2 because
yeah,
this crumbles. I'm gonna be pissed.
No. I mean, the projects usually turn out pretty well. It's the relationships that I'm in don't turn out so well. But like, yeah, I mean, I dedicated like several hours to running that website like at night and stuff, and it's
At
not the
night
best
seems problematic for sure.
I mean, really, anytime, whenever someone's wanting your attention, and, So I overcommit on that, and things just don't go as planned.
Yeah, mine's a lot like mine's a little more anticlimactic than yours. Like yours seemed like it actually ruined people.
That was a little offensive too.
Yeah, I know. Welcome to the club, buddy. This is a serious question. Is there a statute of limitation on this story I'm about to tell? For what I did with old boy for the remember?
I don't know what you're talking about.
When I went and had those things created to submit. Is there a statute of limitations on that?
I think you're good.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. So
Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly. Yeah, I like that word. So allegedly we did these things. But so, okay. My ADHD comes with impulsiveness, right? And it was right when Lester was born. Remember this? And for some reason, I can close all 3 activity rings. Girl, you're sitting down. What kind of racket you got going over here with our Apple Watch rings, dude?
Right now, I've been busy all day.
All right.
Continue.
Anyways, so right after Lester was born, for some reason, he told me when he was like 3 months old, he's like, Dad, I really think you need to get a truck for us. Like, I want to be in a truck, Dad. I know you really love your Chrysler 300, but it's time you get a truck.
That's too bad.
And he was 3 months old, and he spoke clear English, perfect sentences, great alliteration.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Alliteration is not a word,
alliteration is a word.
but that's not.
It's not fitting within what you
No,
just said.
what I meant is great enunciation.
There we go.
Alliteration.
Big words, everybody.
Complete
Big
different
words.
things, too. But perfect enunciation. I mean, he built those sentences like he had been doing it his whole life.
If my son Edgar was speaking like that fluently at that age, then I too would be taking his advice.
Yeah, dude.
So I don't blame you. Continue with this amazing
And
story.
I was like, you know what? You know what, Lester? You're right. Let's go get us a new truck. A brand new one. Can't be used. Has to be a brand new one.
No.
Has to be red, and it has to be a Dodge Ram, because that's what my daddy had. He actually had a Dodge Dakota, but nonetheless, it was red.
It's a step up from that Dakota.
Correct. And so we went, and they were like, sorry, dude, you're $11,000 upside down on your Chrysler 300. So I went and talked to a buddy at the time who was responsible for our loans. He's like, dude, no problem. Just get me some check stubs that say this and this on it, allegedly. And I was like, all right, whatever. So next thing you know, a little paperwork was done, signed some dotted lines. I bought a $62,000 2018 Dodge Ram, but it was red. My payment on that truck was $1,200 a month before insurance and gas. It was a bit impulsive.
There's a lingering question I have.
Go ahead.
That I'd like to ask someone else in the room.
All right, I want to hear this question.
Producer Lisa, what did you perceive of this whole process from start to finish?
He did this without my permission, but under my name.
What?
Sorry, babe.
Wow.
Shoot or shoot, baby.
Wow.
Shout out to Louder. Shoot or shoot, dog. Listen, what you gonna do? Break up with me, dude? No.
I should have.
Didn't. It wasn't my proudest moment. I'm sick.
How
I have a
do you
chemical
get something in
imbalance.
someone else's name?
Well, it was under both our names, but what? I did not approve of the purchase.
At first, she sure as hell rode the shit out of that truck after.
I don't think she has a choice once it's in the
Correct.
driveway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. Listen, this is in the past.
Whoa, sir, are you all right?
No, this led us to a part of our financial ruin. Let's talk about that next pod. Let's tell the Lester story. And you won't have to get teary-eyed, and no one will see you on camera. You down with that? Lester story coming up, episode 8, maybe.
It's a powerful story.
But yeah, that was something. Listen, dude, I didn't want my kid to not get what he wanted when he was 3 months and he spoke in perfect sentences and perfect English with perfect enunciation. I had to get him what he wanted. He'd have been scared, dude. You'd have been scared to be in that 300.
That's how you build trust.
Dude,
is a Dodge Ram.
Think about it, dude. You tell your dad something. You're 3 months old, your little baby, little newborn 3-month-old, and you're like, Dad, this is what I need. And he's like, no, son, we're upside down. And he's like, I don't know what that means, Dad. I'm 3 months old. That's how you create childhood fears, dude. He can't trust his dad. I know you had childhood fears in your life. You had to have. I did. I had childhood fears. Did it come from a conversation with my father when I was 3 months old? Probably not. Because Lester's a super baby. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, I acquired them. I didn't want my son to have those.
I was not a super baby. I was a super scaredy cat.
You had childhood fears?
I have plenty of I have grown up fears. They're
Have they transferred?
they're just fears.
Have they transferred over? Now you
got
put
grandfathered
logic?
into my 37-year-old ass self. So like, I mean heights. My dad
As
was
a
scared
child,
of heights.
you were scared of heights?
Yeah. My son's scared of heights right now as a child. I think I passed that on right quick.
I think it's more of a scare of the falling for kids.
It's vertigo for me. Like if
you get dizzy
I feel this falling sensation.
when you look up.
Now, I can see a cartoon with a cliff, bro. Back in good old Socorro, the Loma movie theater, I think it's what it's called.
Good old Socorro.
They have this opening cartoon scene where it's like a bird flying towards a cliff and then going down. And whenever that bird would go down that cartoon cliff, I'd get this feeling of falling and I'd look away. That's too real for me.
Yeah, well, that's weird for me.
And so, yeah, I mean, heights. Heights is a big one. I've never rode a roller coaster. I'm too scared to ride a roller coaster. Ever. I don't think I'll ever do it. I tried fake skydiving in El Paso. That was my big leap of faith.
Indoor skydiving?
Yeah.
Was it cool?
It was cool. I was testing my limits, but
Okay.
it was fun. But yeah, I mean, that's one. What's one of yours?
Yeah, dude. I had plenty of them. An abundance of childhood fears. One of the biggest ones, one of the most memorable ones for me. About this tall.
Ginger?
Ginger.
Yikes.
No soul.
Yikes.
You heard it. It was Chucky. I don't know why. I don't know why my sisters, because Jennifer and Jessica, that's when Jessica was still alive back then. Why they thought it was adorable for me to watch these movies. And then my mom got me a happy camper doll.
Oh, man.
Dude, I was petrified. Terrified.
You ever have the dreams of the nightmares of Chucky?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
What do you do in those dreams? I have those
You
dreams and I
punch.
can't move.
I
like
can't punch.
you're too.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I don't know why in my dreams I can't punch. I can get punched in my dreams.
Oh, yeah.
I can't shoot people. I can get shot in my dreams.
Yeah.
I'm the worst. I'm problematic in my dreams. But yeah, Chucky was a big one. I don't know if I was as scared of the dark as people like to make it seem as a kid. I think it was just like I saw things, and it wasn't like me, hallucinating or anything. Like for some reason, I saw things, bro. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't loony. I just saw things. I just thought like, I can't see them anymore. Where are they? But I don't know. So the dark was also a fear of mine for sure. Yeah.
I don't know dark so much for me. Maybe. I think at times going too fast in something.
What do you mean? Elaborate on that. I don't understand.
Think of the ride in the car in the Tesla. Mm-hmm. You remember how you reacted? You want to recreate that? You're good at your impressions. This is a good time. No, it was more than that. I appreciate
Stop. I was like, dude, chill out, bro.
I was freaking out, dude.
Grab me there, dude.
That was between us. That wasn't even in that car, bro.
Dude, the only thing between us was air and fucking opportunity at that point. And you sucked up all the air, baby.
Whoa.
Anyways.
Yeah. I don't know. My mom would say, shout out to you again, Mom.
Shout out to Mama Dukes.
Is that I would walk in whenever my parents were watching scary movies. And my thought is, why would you subject me to it? Why would you even risk your young child, your young vulnerable child walking in on the Crypt Keeper? You know?
The Crypt Keeper.
Are you familiar with that show?
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't watch scary movies. Also was on like a boatload of Ritalin, right? So like I didn't really have. I really do think that there's a correlation between like paranoia and Ritalin. Like there has to be some sort of correlation between that because a part of my brain that was in charge of my imagination was no longer there when I was on that medicine. Everything was real. It was like hyper fixated too. Like it wasn't like a normal kid who kind of was scared. Like, dude, like I was terrified, like shaking, paralyzed in fear. I don't understand. There has to be a correlation between the two.
There's a correlation between ADHD and sleep issues.
Oh,
that's
dude,
for sure.
Dude, there's times, sometimes Hot Producer Lisa, I go on like week spans where I can't sleep at all. Like a couple hours, and that's how I get through. I don't know why. People, you have sleep apnea. No, dude, I'm just fat. I sleep fine. I don't sleep sometimes, you know? But on the flip side of that, when I do sleep, I'm knocked out. It's weird. I don't know. So
I remember being in bed and feeling like the bed was shaking when it wasn't. That was pretty scary.
it probably was.
It was a ghost.
Yeah, it was a ghost, dude. Did you not remember those things existed? Your house is possessed. You're like, that's odd. I must be imagining this. Why is my bed floating? Dude, it's really floating. You're not okay.
I wasn't okay.
No, I'm in danger.
like Ralphie from The
Yeah.
Simpsons.
No, dude, but look, at the end of the day, childhood fears, scared of the dark. A little bit of Chucky, a little redhead, no soul. And I didn't watch any scary movies. I can't believe you never rode in a roller coaster. You want to do it? You want to try it one day?
Are you willing to re-experience the Tesla
Yeah.
situation?
Oh, I'll sit right next
Because
to you.
I've gone on moderately high rides, and I've had super embarrassing moments with people who are in those with
Like
me.
you threw up?
No, like I was clinging to them like a child.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I got you, bro. Come on. I'm down, huh? I'd be a good rider. Dude, we go down we hit Disney, go to the credit coaster.
That's like my most vulnerable moments, dude. Like,
Bro,
that was like
I'll be with you, dog.
I am a scared little child in those moments.
I was pretty scared, too. I didn't really ride a roller coaster until I was with producer Lisa in Disney in February of last year. I mean it. It's crazy. We'll ride a roller coaster together. If you're, like, down, I'll go.
Had a good old Western Playland.
No, I'm too fat for those rides. We're going to go somewhere that's handy happy. Well, no, I'm losing weight, dude.
Yeah,
No one
we'll
can
get
see
there.
it. Yeah, no one can see it, but
We'll get there.
I can feel it when I like wipe my butt and stuff. Got a little more mobility.
That's good.
Yeah.
Can you show me how? Because you know my issue.
What's that?
It's not a ghost poop after all.
Dude, I think you've been shitting your pants for a while, bro. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna be super serious. And yeah, we'll wrap this up, but we're getting okay, yeah, we're getting the light. We gotta go. Producer Lisa, you need to be responsible for these people. I've had a shocking amount of ghost poops since that episode.
That's the ghost I do believe in. Are you haunted?
My bowels. I don't know, dude. I'm just saying.
Do your farts sound like ooh? I don't know why I did the haunted piano gesture. Spirit fingers.
Something's wrong with
Hey,
you.
spirit fingers. Ghosts. It's a bar right there, baby.
This guy's different. He's different, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony, he's different. You know what else is different? Our social media. Shout it out, dude. Tell them.
Facebook.
Yep.
TikTok.
Yep.
Instagram.
Yep.
MySpace.
Yep.
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, baby.
AIM.
AIM.
Hey, you remember?
AOL Messenger?
Yeah. Dude, I had the illest name on there. It was ill style with the numbers replacing the letters. Anyway.
Mine was Ludi 2002.
Ludi?
Yeah, like ludicrous.
But Ludi?
LOODY 2002. At AOL.com.
You couldn't have got that out of me in my coffin, bro. That confession.
Why?
Ludi?
These are my confessions. Diddy singing that all the way to prison.
I'd also like to confess. Subscribe.
Yep.
Comment.
Yep.
Like.
And share, dude.
Please.
Don't make it weird. Don't have the
Please.
audacity to be like, let me be on the pod and then not share it, dude. Don't make it weird, bro. Like our page. Share our pod. Help us do this for fun. Or for like more stuff.
Yeah.
These are expensive. Alani, you make a great product, but a little spicy, pricey.
Fully lacking.
Fully lacking, baby.
Fully lacking podcast.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.